At the end of April, I hit my 2-year anniversary here on Authortube, and then I promptly took 6 weeks off and didn't film a single video. And while I was gone during that 6 weeks, several people have filmed videos asking, is Authortube dead? Is Authortube dying? And I think that's a really good question, and I spent some time thinking about it and talking to some of my other Authortube friends about it, and I have a few hot takes about this topic that I want to share with you guys. So if you're interested in hearing what I think about whether or not Authortube is dead, stay tuned because I have a lot to say. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Laura here at Laura Writes. Ding! I know you've missed me. I've been gone. I did not intend to be gone this long, but one day begets the next, begets the next. You know how it goes. I've had a lot of stuff going on in my personal life. Some good, some not so good. Either way, I needed to take a little break. I wasn't planning to take as long of a break, but now I'm back and I'm here to spill all the tea on what I think about whether or not Authortube is dead, dying, etc. And if you're new here, hi, I'm Laura. I write young adult horror and I'm hoping to one day be traditionally published. Now, I know a lot of y'all are really worried. What is going on with Authortube? Where is everybody? Where is the content? Where are the people? Is it dying? Is it dead? Should I join? Should I leave? Well, like I said, I have a lot of opinions on a lot of things and I like to hear myself talk. So I'm just gonna kind of let you guys know all the things I think about Authortube is dying. But if you want the TLDR before I get into the long answer, no. Authortube is not dying, girl, okay? Authortube is thriving, it is flourishing, it's growing, it's changing, it's evolving, okay? But it is certainly not dead. And I'm gonna tell you why some people think it is and why some of you are really struggling with this question of what's going on. So there are many reasons that it may seem like Authortube is dying. And part of the reason that is that a lot of people that start on Authortube don't stick it out. They don't stay around for a lot of reasons. So one of the reasons that people don't stay on Authortube is they don't realize that you have to enjoy making videos. Making videos is a creative hobby, just like writing is a creative hobby. So you have to enjoy the creative aspect of filming, of coming up with content, of setting up the shot, of filming, of editing, of uploading, of engaging. It's a lot of work. A lot like writing. And not everyone has room in their life for more than one creative hobby. So everyone who's on Authortube already has one creative hobby, writing. So the person that is able to have Authortube has to have the mental bandwidth and the time and the energy and the creativity to be able to keep up with at least those two creative hobbies. And when time gets constrained or issues come up and something has to give of those two creative hobbies, it has to be filming videos, because if you're on Authortube, you have to be writing. So if you're like, okay, I can either make videos or write, the videos have to go. You can't have one without the other. You have to really love it. You have to have the time, the energy, and the ability to keep it up along with your other creative hobby, writing. And for some people, it's just not possible. Or it's not possible in the long term. Or it's possible in spurts. So that's why it seems like some people go away for a while, maybe they come back, or some people are here for a short time and then they leave. It's a big undertaking and it's a lot of juggling and it's a lot of like mental energy and space and time. And it just takes, you know, a lot that not everyone is able to juggle all of that. And I'm gonna be honest, there are some people who start Authortube not because they're interested in the creative endeavor of creating video content, but they're looking at Authortube as a simple platform to sell their books. And unfortunately, that is just, the ROI on that is just not there. If you're starting an Authortube channel because you think it's a good platform that's gonna help sell your books or sell some service, this is not for you, sis. This is just, you're not gonna be able to do it. You have to want to make videos. You have to enjoy this aspect of this hobby. And while, yes, there's the possibility that creating an Authortube channel could make you more visible to possible readers or clients or whatever it is you're trying to sell, it's a lot of work for very little in return. Like, that ROI is just, it's not there. It just really isn't. And so if you're joining Authortube, if you're here on Authortube, you really have to start it and continue it for the love of what it is, of creating content, of talking about things that you love, and being a video creator. And so that's why I think you see a lot of people leaving, because they just don't realize that it's a lot of work, it doesn't really pay off, and they're just really not that into it. And that's okay, it's not for everyone, but that's why you're gonna see a lot of people come and go. And a lot of people also come and go because it's really kind of hard to cultivate that community. A lot of people just make videos and expect it just to float out into the ether and people will find it and love them and it will grow. And that's just not how Authortube works either. If you're here because you love making content, you wanna build a community, you wanna connect with others, then you have to be doing that more than just talking at people through your videos. You have to be engaging with the community. You have to be talking in the comments, joining live streams, chatting with people. If you're creating content, replying to the comments. I mean, this is a community aspect. It's very different than a lot of other YouTube communities. People have to care about you in order to care about your process, about what you're doing, to be engaged in the work that you're doing. Because if they're going to take time away from their own creative hobby, which is writing, because we're all in here as writers, then they want to be getting something out of it. And they want to feel connected to you, to what you're doing. They want to feel inspired, or they want to be distracted, but there has to be something there where they feel connected to you. So if you think that you can just join Authortube and you don't ever engage with the community, then you're not going to get anything in return because you're not really putting anything out there. And it's really honestly the same for people who don't even create video content. It's okay to be a lurker, but a lot of people come here because they don't know anyone in their real life who's a writer. They don't know anyone who understands this weird, strange existence that we have, or the terms that we're talking about, querying and all of this kind of stuff. And so if you want to connect with people, then you have to connect with people, right? So you're getting what you put in, essentially. And a lot of people are also like, well, the old days of Authortube are dead. Okay. Well, let's think about the old days of Authortube. There was barely anybody on here, and everyone who was just giving rote advice, okay? And now there is tons of advice. So what else can you say after years and years of giving advice? Unless your journey is progressing and you have more information to share, then you can only say so much about advice. Plus, there's a lot of people to get advice from. Why would they want to get it from someone who is in the same stages as themselves, right? They want it from someone that they feel like can give them something that they don't already currently have. So there's only so much room for advice Authortube, and that's why it has evolved into watching vlogs and commentary and writing sprints and things like that. Like, there's more things to it than just advice. No one really wants a bunch of advice videos anymore. It gets stale, it gets repetitive. You can only follow so many people who give advice. This is not to say that advice videos are bad or that you can't find them, but it has to be someone who's giving you advice that you can't get elsewhere, or they have a specific experience that you want to hear from. So there is room for advice, but it can't only be advice. And back then there was only like 4 or 5 channels, so there wasn't a lot to choose from. Now there's a lot of us. It's a lot more competition and people have a lot to choose from. So you have to ask yourself, if I'm creating videos, what am I providing to others? And for some of us, and I will include myself in this, sometimes I'm like, I don't know, because I'm stuck with my book, I'm stuck with writing, and I really don't want to talk about it anymore. And so you take a break. And that's why sometimes people disappear, because it's hard to talk about the process if you're struggling, right? Or if you're not evolving in your progress or your process, like myself, who feels like sometimes I've been spinning wheels, then it's hard sometimes to come up with content, because it's like, how many times can I talk about the fact that I am struggling? You know, what else can I say about it? So that is why it seems sometimes like people just disappear, or they go away for a long time and come back. You gotta have something new and fresh to bring, and we're not always fresh, you know? We don't need 50 videos on the same topic. People want something new and interesting. We have so little time in our lives. If we're gonna give it to somebody else, they have to be providing something. So what are you providing people when you create your content, right? That's what you have to ask. And when you're asking yourself who you want to watch someone who's providing something, inspiration, entertainment, knowledge, right? There has to be a value add there. That's just how this works. So that's why you see a lot more people doing vlogs, because that's what we can share. That is something specific, unique to us, can't get it anywhere else, and that's why the majority of Authortube has gone in that direction. But going along with the whole vlog thing, I also don't think that sometimes people realize that sharing your life, sharing your experience, your struggles, your ups and downs, your writing is emotional labor, okay? It's hard. Think about how attached you are to your writing, right? To your characters, to your craft. We are too, and it's hard sometimes. It takes a toll, and some of us, not me, definitely not me, some of us are more equipped for that emotional labor than others. And then there's people like me who can only provide so much emotional labor until I have to recharge and take a break. And that's where I've been the last 6 weeks, because I have just been so frustrated with myself, with my writing, with my book, with my process, that I just can't talk about it. I can't talk about it. I'm just not mentally capable, or at least I wasn't the last 6 weeks. I think I'm getting into a better place, but I needed that space, that time to just kind of be in my own head and deal with it and be ready to share that with you when I'm kind of out of the weeds, you know? And so that's really, really hard. So that's why some people are more consistent than others, because some people are better equipped for that emotional labor and are able to sustain it for longer periods of time. And then there's some people like me who have all kinds of issues that can sometimes make that difficult, on top of some people who have obligations. So that's why Authortube is not the most consistent or the easiest to sustain out of all these different, you know, communities here on YouTube. So I have a question for those of you who really feel like Authortube is dying, or you feel like you don't have hardly anyone to watch or follow anymore. How much work are you actually putting into finding new channels? Because there are new channels popping up every single day. Are you only waiting for YouTube to recommend channels to you, or are you actually seeking them out? Are you looking for a variety of channels? Are you looking for diversity? Are you looking for people that have different perspectives, different experiences, different journeys? I mean, how much work are you really putting into it? Because I can tell you there are tons of people making content on Authortube. Tons of it. It's everywhere. It's not going away. There are new channels popping up every single day, and I guarantee you there's at least 10 people who are going to watch this video who are going to start an Authortube channel in the next like 2 weeks. Guaranteed. I take the Authortube newbie tag and I scroll it every couple of weeks, and I find new channels to follow all the time. In fact, I am so behind on so many Authortube videos I'd like to watch. The content is there. The content is there. What is lacking sometimes is seeing people who really have a passion for sharing. What is lacking sometimes is something new, something interesting, what someone's bringing. Oftentimes people make the mistake of starting an Authortube channel by giving advice. And the truth is there's just too many other people doing it. Nobody knows who you are or why we should listen to you. And honestly, frankly, that's just not why people are here anymore. So the best advice I can give for those 10 of you that I know are getting ready to start your channel, share you. Think about, okay, someone only has 20 minutes in their day that they are willing to give to me. What are you giving them back in return? Because that's how you start an Authortube channel, and that's how you sustain an audience, a community, etc. And if you feel like you're not really connected to the Authortube community anymore, like I said in the beginning of the video, how often are you really reaching out and trying to connect? Have you looked for new channels? Have you commented on their videos? Have you asked to do collabs or to do writing sprints with someone? I mean, how often are you doing that? I see tons of you doing it. So I'm not trying to imply that a lot of you aren't, but I feel like a lot of people are saying Authortube is dead, all my favorite people are gone, there's nobody left, but there's so many more people to watch, and some of your favorite people just maybe need to take a beat. Maybe they're having some mental health issues, maybe they're having familial issues, or maybe they just need a breather, right? It doesn't mean Authortube is dead, okay? We are all here and we are creating content, and there there are so many small author tubers that are wanting to be found and to share their journey with you. You just have to understand that this community is different. It's not like other YouTube communities. It functions differently, it grows differently, and it just evolves differently. So if you are a new Authortube channel, or you have a new favorite Authortube channel that's not very big, comment down below. Help people find new Authortube videos. I'm gonna link down below a couple of my new favorite channels that don't have a lot of followers, because I'm telling you guys, the content is there, okay? You should be seeking out new people, different people. Don't just stick with the same old people all the time. Don't leave me now. All right, I'm not trying to say that, but I'm saying if you feel like you're not getting what you used to get, there's more out there to find, and there is more diversity in the kinds of videos that we're getting than we've ever had before. Diverse voices, diverse content, it's out there. You just have to look for it, and you just have to engage with it. So that's my feelings. Authortube is not dead. I'm not dead. I am very much alive, and I am back, baby, okay? And I am recharged, and I am ready to take control of my life, take control of my writing, and take back control of this channel. So expect more content from me in the near future. I have missed you guys. I love you guys. You know I've been lurking even though I haven't been posting, and I'm ready to come back and just start telling you about all my struggles all over again. So if you agree with me and you don't think Authortube is dead, give this video a thumbs up. It lets other people know that, hey, I'm here, I like Authortube, I don't think it's dying, and I'm not going anywhere. And if you don't agree with me, you should still give it a thumbs up, because hey, I'm just putting myself out there. You ain't gotta be mean, I'm just telling you what I think. And if you're not already subscribed to this channel and you wanna follow someone who is really trying so hard to get her stuff together so that she can pursue traditional publishing, and you haven't already, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you can follow me on this fun little journey, and along the way you'll hear some opinions of mine that I have, because y'all know that when I have opinions, I gotta say them. That's just who I am. So I appreciate all of you. I love all of you. Authortube is here to stay. It's never going anywhere. Don't you worry. We're not going anywhere. Thank you guys as always for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.